Hello everyone, welcome back to the Super Metroid Randomizer. I have previously had just issues with the save feature working correctly on the randomizer, at least later on, so I like to put in save states here just with your emulator to be safe. I don't specifically, I'm not going to be doing save states on this run because I think that, ruins the pace of a run and the challenge and all that stuff. Save states are kind of a cheating move. But, yeah, anyway, so now that you know that, I would just say that that's kind of important. Dodging past these guys, or most of them anyway, I'm going to be heading down to Bomb Chorizo to check out the item. As I said, I have no idea what this route includes. It could be anything here when it comes to the majors. So majors and minors, the way this works is that there's certain logic, there's certain items you need to get, like, as we've seen off the bat when we got, high jump there where more fall normally is. Majors are swapped around a little bit here. So all of your majors are randomized. That includes energy tanks, reserve tanks. This also includes every upgrade. So from your good old-fashioned speed booster to high jump to, everything is a little bit varied in terms of its location. You can find screw attacks super early in this version and all that kind of stuff. So really, I think that can tell you a lot about this game and what makes it fun. The fact that it's so, it is really so random. And I think that's the fun of the randomizer, really, just trying to figure out where to go. And it's kind of like a different Metroidvania experience on each, one. Anyway, so this room is called the Terminator Room, and the reason it's called that is because of the I'll be back bit, because we're going to be back here. At least that's what I heard. The main reason is behind it, which is pretty funny, just to find out, that's it. I mean, there's also, the bit about how you're just running down that way. But we got Speed Booster. That is one of the best things to get at this point. I had a run earlier today, actually, where I was unable to get Speed Booster for the longest time and required me to backtrack a huge distance to find it. Anyway, but it's really good to get Speed Booster right off the bat. You'll notice that if you don't have high jump and you get Speed Booster, it is a terrible combo together. It is just not good. It is just bad if you have those two put together. But when you don't, we can actually do the, reserve tank room here as intended. Not going to be sequence breaking with a mock ball. Instead, we can actually just do it as intended, which is kind of funny. I always have to mock ball in here, so it's funny to have to do its intended route. But if you're looking forward to the mock ball, then I can show it off in a little bit here, or just in a different run. Okay, Varia. This seed is basically free now. I will tell you, Varia suit is the hardest thing to find. You freaking need this suit, and yeah, so it's kind of a nightmare to find Varia sometimes. If you have to do hell runs, or you have to find it so late in the game, you really need the protection that Varia can offer you. So the way this logic's been changed, naturally Gravity Suit is supposed to, you shouldn't need Varia if you have Gravity, is kind of the default vanilla game. But in this game, they modified it so that the heat damage effects are only removed by the Varia suit. So you cannot really go much of anywhere in Norfair if you're not going to be doing hell runs, where your health drains 10 points per second. I might be entirely off on that drain rate. Anyway. Better off to use missiles to kill these guys, but sometimes I just don't. I like using my beam plenty. And it can be effective. I think that's all good. Anyway, some more supers. So we've gotten good drops so far, particularly on power bombs, because when you don't have normal bombs, as we don't have normal bombs, it's important to have enough power bombs, because otherwise you can get stuck a number of places and soft block the game, and that's never any fun. You'll also notice that most enemies early on don't drop power bombs, so it's kind of a... You can go to, actually, a room down here. I'll show off. Let's see. Anyway, this room I'm not going to go in, but this room over here that I'm shooting right now, that one has the fire bugs, and they have really high power bomb drop rates. But anyway, this is more of a late game area. It's not late game, but it's later than... This is earlier than intended, but when you have power bombs, which basically every run does at this point, almost every run, not every run, but almost every run has power bombs at this point. So anyway, you can come down here and you can refill your power bombs over there. Reserve tank. So a lot of people don't like these. I personally love me some reserve tanks, because they're basically just energy tanks, but you have to fill them up. I think that they work well. They can be a good safety guard. A lot of speedrunners don't really like them. I sure do. Okay, we have 15 power bombs, so that's good. We also have enough ammo to crystal flash if we had to. We don't need to do that. I actually don't remember the button input for it at this point. It seems like a good trick I'm going to learn soon enough, but it's a way you can trade ammo for health, and that can be really valuable. We're going to grab a save down here. Just, it's always important to grab saves whenever you can, but I'll only do the save state addition to make sure every part's safe. Anyway, these guys can only be defeated by, you know, bombs and missiles and stuff like that. I think you can also use, like, clearly you can use speed booster on them, but anyway, it's, you know, they're not beam defeatable enemies, which can be annoying. I'm trying to remember what these guys are called. Anyway, I find them annoying. You also have enough missiles at this point, on this seed at least, to run straight through here. Now, once again, I am doing this seed completely blind. I have no idea what we were getting. But so far, this seed is, you know, what I would say is, you know, it's not quite free, but I think it's basically a free seed. Okay, so we're going to have to wall jump here. I like to use, a lot of people will just always use the other side there. I like to use the safe side, you know, that's just me. Anyway, the reason we're coming in here and going through the spiky room and all was just to get this miner. And you wouldn't do that normally, but we're going to be doing that because this is 100%. So we're getting all the items in this randomizer. Anyway, it took me a minute to get that one. I would also like to say we're doing really well on power bombs. Like 15 is just fantastic. You never get, you know, such a good kind of power bomb drop rate at this point. Like, I had the longest time where I was just having a run that got 5, because super missiles and missiles have a very they have like the same drop rate, you know, so you're just as likely to get supers as you are to get you know, normal missiles in this run through. The reason that is, and there are more than the normal game, is because normally you would have to have charge beam in order to beat Mother Brain at the end of the game. So they wanted to fix that, because some runners, you know, are going to find everything but like charge beam, and it could be at like Shack Tool or somewhere. So not everybody needs to, you know, always be checking those kind of places. It shouldn't just be a search for charge, you know, because you should be able to complete the game without some of these upgrades. Also, we have speed booster. I keep forgetting that. Oh, okay, die already, Rio. Yeah, okay, so speed booster. We can just run straight through these. Now we're going to have to jump over there. As you see, we've succeeded in the jump. But the reason you have to jump there is because you have those blocks that go down to your bird creature who's going to teach you how to Shinkspark. But anyway, we don't need none of that. We know how to Shinkspark well enough. Or sometimes, when we have to. Okay, we got supers up here. Simple wall jump will get you on up here to supers. We're going to also battle Spore Spawn, because I am going to be doing a full run of all, you know, bosses. So Spore Spawn included. I'm also doing that because I don't really like the trick to get it without Spore Spawn. I just don't, I'm not good at it, you know. Let's see. These guys are pretty dangerous, as you can see. They're, like, wiping out my health. Should have come in here better with equipped with more energy and more ammo, because these guys can kill you fast. We're going to have to farm up for a little bit, but good to show that off. I thought I had my supers equipped, but I simply didn't. I had my power bombs, and I'm like, wait, I gotta switch over, and now I'm at like 38 health. At least it's not that annoying beepy thing yet. Anyway, you need to come in here with at least like 2 power bombs minimum in order to make it out of here. You can actually just jump here, so I guess you only need 1, but anyway, if you don't have power bombs, you can soft block at that point. If you're down to your like last one, you lay it, and you don't have bombs. So that's one of those things you have to get used to in the randomizer, is the fact that you don't have bombs. And so there are those parts of the game where you think, oh, I can just lay a bomb here. Well, no, you can't. Number of other upgrades that will get you there late game, when you think, oh, I should have this, and you simply don't. Okay, grapple beam. So I think grapple beam is pretty useful. This is a good addition to our arsenal. We can also check down there if we get gravity. There's a way to do a short charge so you don't, you know, have to do that, but I don't think the short charge is required for casual. It's required in like speedrunning stuff, you know, so if you're a pro and all that. Let's see. Anyway, we're going to farm up here a little bit. Let's do some of that. So grapple beam can actually grab some of these things, so that can be nice for some distance farming, as I'll show ultimately later on here. But yeah, so this part should be a little bit interesting. I'm not sure if I want to fight Spore Spawn yet. It seems like I'm not really feeling it right now, so the only thing you get out of it is a minor. I think we may come back later. I also want to see what the X-ray, does to Spore Spawn. Like, I don't know if it does anything. Is she only, like, vulnerable to missiles, or does, does the X-ray trick work as well? So the X-ray trick I'm referring to is it's a way to microwave enemies, as it's called. So where you hit them with plasma beam that hits them multiple times, and then you're using X-ray to slow down, so you're hitting them on every frame. And it does a crap load of damage to, a ton of enemies. You'll see that if we get lucky enough to get these things for Dragon and for Botswoon, anyway. So we're farmed up. The reason we're farming up specifically here is we're going to be trying to get off with this trick. We have 20 super missiles. I think that should be fine to get away with this. Okay. Let's focus. Let's get rid of these guys. Okay, come on. Oh, man. I de-equipped my weapon. Okay, so we're going to be doing something called the Green Gate Glitch. Okay. Now, you'll notice that in this room here, we have this wall, right? And up there is a wave gate. So we can wall jump up there fine without space jump, that's fine. But we need to open that, and we don't have wave beam. The way you can do it is you can open it with a super missile. Now, I'll actually turn up the volume on my TV for this part, because I like to hear the cue in case I have it. Hopefully that doesn't ruin the audio. So the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to turn into a morph ball. You can also do a D-boost, or you can do a moonwalk to get here. And we're going to do a turnaround move. So here's how it works. You roll into the corner, you press the other direction, so Samus is basically turning around. But you'll see that your back is closer to the wall than naturally it is. That's what you're going for, okay? So just the slightest turnaround. And we're really close to the wall, you see. So we're going to jump up, and we're going to fire our super missile, okay? Ugh. Okay, that's basically the trick. That's how we're going to pull it off. Come on. For some reason, my fingers on like the deselect button by accident. Okay, so you want to fire about the time you hit that mushroom. It's possible we're not set up in just the right location. So see if the gate's still open. So closed, I mean. Okay, anyway. Hey, Samus, exactly back up against the wall. Samus, back against the wall. Because we need to be, basically inside it here. Okay. Okay. So turn around, or fall. Do this without rolling, though, which is challenging. Anyway, there are a number of other ways to set it up. I don't have Moonwalk on. Right, I'll need to turn it on sometimes. Anyway, this trick is not always that hard. But you'll see this is our natural distance from the wall if we, simply face this way. We need to get a little closer. Okay. Okay, this should now be about right. See? We're up against the wall. See? Did we hear the audio cue? Everybody got the audio cue? Okay. Sorry that took so long. I thought it was going to be a little easier. But, there it is. There's the audio cue for everything. So, we got the trick. We pulled it off. And our reward is bombs. Okay, so, anyway, this is how you get through the wave gate if you don't have, if you don't have the wave beam. Because otherwise you ain't getting through this gate. I had a run earlier where the speed booster was back here, and I was looking everywhere for it. I needed it to progress, and I didn't have Varia. I was doing hell runs. It was just an ugly situation. I thought I had to do hell runs because I thought they wouldn't make me do the Green Gate glitch, but they will, so might as well just get used to it. Also, messed me up the longest time when I was trying to farm, and I learned that, hey, you can't farm until you, pick up whatever thing they're giving you. It's like another enemy doesn't show up until afterwards. Anyway, maybe I'm just strange that way, but, yeah. So let's farm back up our supers a bit. We're going to need them for this part particularly, because we're going to be taking on good old Kraid. We have more than enough stuff to take on Kraid pretty easily, and yeah, Kraid's kind of a pushover for the largest point. We also have grapple beams, so we're going to be pretty good for going and getting the going to explore X-ray, because that's our next probably location we want to explore a little bit. But super drops here are kind of, well, clearly they're, random, because what isn't, but they're just a little bit rare. Sometimes. Come on. Come on. I need more supers. Just a few more? Like 2 more. Come on. Oh well. I don't care. I already have 13. That's more than you have in the normal game. Anyway, here, if you don't want to do the powerbomb jump, you're going to need to jump up and morph, which I think is an easy enough trick to pull off. Most of these things aren't really even that tricky. I don't know. I think that sometimes the people can get a little bit discouraged by these things when they're like, oh, the speedrunners can do this, why is this so hard for me, But some of the stuff in this game is pretty tricky, some of it's pretty easy, so I think it's all about learning it and having fun, Don't expect to be off the bat just the best runner in the world or anything. I think that really it's, some people take these things too seriously. It's fun to just have fun, and the randomizers are some fun stuff, because to me it seems like each one of them is its own kind of Metroid adventure, because, you know where the items would be if you do 100%, but you can also use a cheat sheet if you want to do the cheat sheet approach, but I think it takes all the fun out of it. It's more fun just to plan the route on the fly to have to, do that. Okay, coming up on the noob bridge here, the noob bridge, where you have to know that there's actually a run feature in this game. A lot of people off the bat are like, oh, how do I get past this? I was one of those people. Honestly, did not know what to do, had to look it up. Okay, we're going to go into here. I could use a save state here, but I don't. I don't know. You know what? I'll just put one in just in case, because I don't plan to use it anyway. Save states are useful. That's the only way I ever beat the first Castlevania game. It's the only way I can stand to play a lot of Mega Man 2. Even I don't know. Maybe I'm just bad at these old school games, but I think they're too hard sometimes. Even the good ones can be. Okay, so Grapple Beam. Yeah, Grapple Beam's a little bit interesting for its mechanics. You'll also notice the rooms get super dark when you kill off the firebugs. The reason we are not already basically dead in here is because we have Variasuit. Variasuit is your best friend because it's not only going to save you from the heat damage later in the game, but it's also going to be, it's going to reduce your overall damage. I believe Gravity Suit still reduces the overall damage and stuff. Regardless, I think the Gravity Suit does a better job, but I'm not sure if that's the case anymore. I think that's the logic still. Anyway, we're going to need to activate this guy, so shoot it, jump on top if you want to save your power bombs. Okay, there we go. E-Tank. So, it would be nice to see something nice show up, so it'd be nice to see gravity soon. It'd be nice to see a beam upgrade, of course, because we're going to be needing some beams here at some point. Anyway, so we're going to lay 2 power bombs there to get out of the X-ray room. Also notice we can just jump up and morph, so if you want to do that, then that's an easy way out of here. You don't even have to morph, actually, you can walk out. Never noticed that before. Okay, anyway, now that we've done X-ray, we've gotten 2 energy tanks, so that's better off than you are in the normal game at this point. And we have all these extra upgrades you also wouldn't have. And we got power bombs, so this should be an easier run than normal, at least to begin with. Now, later it may get more difficult as we're like, oh, where's this item, where's that item? But we don't actually have to fight Kraid right now if we don't want to. I probably just will anyway. This might be a longer part, just thanks to that fact. But, yeah. So, I think we're going to fight Kraid anyway. I think that that'll be fun. So Kraid, I always feel like Kraid should be his own, like, this should be a Metroid game where Kraid's the true boss battle. Like he's the true villain. Because I like Kraid. He looks cool. He's a big dinosaur guy. He's, he's got so many cool attacks. He just seems like a cool guy to me. I think Kraid needs more screen time in the future. And he shouldn't just be like this tiny little boss in the first Metroid game, and then like this gargantuan boss here, and also in the remake, of course, with Metroid Zero Mission. But I don't know, I think Kraid deserves his own spotlight at some point. But we're going to take him on in just a second here. Of course, we already have high jump, so it's basically a basically, you know, an intended route thing, which I think is pretty funny. I also noticed one of these blocks got changed from being a bomb block naturally. That was to lower the chance of soft blocking. They changed that block. Anyway, let's see what we got here. Another E-tank. So some people get a little annoyed when they find too many E-tanks in a row. They're like, oh, I don't need another E-tank, whatever. But I really don't. I think E-tanks are always useful. Now, I think in casual there's a 0% chance on Suitless Meridia. I think that's the case. I can't say for sure, because I also thought there was a 0% on, requiring the Green Gate glitch. But there is. We do require that one, if in some runs at least. So, probably, I mean, we pulled it off in this one, and clearly it wasn't required because we just got an E-tank. Yeah, so it's a good question what it's going to be for these other items. I mean, we just have no idea what's going to be behind Kraid. We're going to get Gravity Suit, that'd be nice. We're going to get more E-tanks, you know, Reserve Tank, you know, we get like Spring Ball or something. I like Spring Ball. So, it should be interesting. Yeah, so super missiles to get through here, you know, vanilla route. But we can jump up here. We don't have to do the wall jump because we actually have high jump boots. Love having high jump boots. They're awesome. Also, as I said, speed booster without high jump boots is pretty. It messes up a lot of things. Anyway, also notice that door, as in the vanilla game, you can't get through it. I also always forget we have bombs at this point. Yeah. I always forget that because it's like so used to not having bombs. Yeah, let's check this miner over here. So you'll need power bombs to do these, and so this guy is normally more of a late game item, you know, but we can get it right now. So I like to do the jump morph technique. Otherwise, you can come back here with Spring Ball if you prefer that. If you find that something you can do versus, you know, not do, etc. There's also a save station back over here. I think we'll save for this part just to show that off. A lot of people don't know about the save station, but yeah, it's important to know there is a save station in Kraid here, and it's right there. We're also going to, as of course, save the backup copy, put it in this save state, just in case the game glitches out on me like it did earlier. But yep, thank you guys for watching this part. I will see you guys next time when we take on Kraid and all that fun. So see you then.